let's start with the news of the day. Browns signed Josh Rosen.
Yes,
yesterday, McNuggets broke in and said we got breaking news. The Browns are bringing in 2 quarterbacks.
Yes.
Josh Rosen ends up being signed. For those that aren't really familiar with his body of work, don't worry. Many aren't. He was drafted very highly in Arizona in 2018. He spent 2019 in Miami. Did not play in 2020. He spent 2021 in Atlanta. 54% completion rate. 12 touchdowns, 21 picks.
Yeah, it's awful.
What was your honest reaction when you heard they'd signed him?
My first reaction was I knew people were going to respond because, embarrassingly, in 2018, when we had those 5 quarterbacks, including Lamar Jackson, I ranked the 5 in order of who I wanted on the Browns the most, and Josh Rosen was one on my list.
Is it because the Jewish heritage? Or
I didn't think that at the time. Thinking back, I think it probably clouded my judgment a little bit because it's so rare to have, like, there's the
I
last.
commend you. I commend you for your honesty.
He admitted
Yeah.
it.
I commend you.
I mean, I think it did cloud my judgment. Now, people thought he was going to be good coming
Where
out
did
of
you have him
college.
ranked?
I had him 1. I had Rosen 1. I think I had Baker 2, Lamar 3. So at least I thought Lamar was better than others, but that's the only one I got right. I got Darnold right. I thought he was going to be no good. I had him 5, but I was wrong about Josh Allen, and I was certainly wrong about Josh Rosen.
Yeah.
I screwed that up big time. But then I thought, does this mean anything for Deshaun Watson? I was trying to convince myself that because he sucks so bad that they think Watson's going to get a shorter suspension. And then I realized it's irrelevant because even if Watson got suspended for the year, they could still cut Josh Rosen and trade for
it
him.
means nothing.
He's
really.
got no guaranteed money.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
nothing.
And I look at it like this. I just thought that Josh Rosen was just the insurance market. That's all he was, right?
Yeah.
You had a guy sitting out there. It wasn't going to cost us a lot of money to bring him in here. And then the other thing is saying it all depends on what happens to the Browns and with Brissett and Watson and figure out how that goes. But this the third quarterback should never come into play here.
Yeah, he will not.
He never plays.
I mean, I can't imagine any scenario where he competes with Jacoby Brissett for the starting job.
Right.
Now, as I was trying to process this last night, I said, well, what if Brissett comes in and in week 3 he's played horribly the first couple of games? Then you know how it is in Cleveland, the whispers start coming and they turn into screams.
Let's play Rosen.
So who knows? He could see time as the Browns quarterback in the regular season.
If the Browns go 0-2, they will be looking to make moves all over the place. Josh Rosen, you might see Rosen, you might see Dobbs. They might be in the game at the same time, running Wildcat or doing something silly.
Cam Newton might come to town.
You might see Cam. But if the Browns start 0-2, I fully, by that point in time, they will go look at Jimmy Garoppolo. Because if you start 0-2, that means you lost to the Panthers.
If he's still available.
If he's still out there. But yeah, this is a okay, he's gonna come in and he's kind of smart. He'll pick up the playbook fast. They got a couple guys, because here's the thing, it's gonna be hard for him to even get the reps to even beat out Jacoby Brissett, right? If they had an even playing field where both of them came in at the same time, maybe he get an opportunity to beat him out. But right now, he's gonna be scrapping, trying to figure out what the offense is. And I don't foresee him touching the field, and if he does, we're in trouble.
He's thrown only 11 passes since 2019.
Yeah, I mean, I think the jury, really, it was a quick decision on him.
Oh, yeah.
He can't do it. And a lot of folks just used their eyes, and they watched and they saw he made terrible decisions, terrible throws. Other than that, he was great. So here was my biggest fear. I'm telling you, this is my biggest fear. He's pedigree. He has pedigree. Yeah. You're right. He was highly thought of coming out of college.
Coming out of high school.
Coming out of high school, he was huge.
Yeah.
Coming out of college, he was highly thought of.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of like that nice car in the garage that you put away because you got a newer car. Or I always say with drivers, I've bought new Golf drivers, and sometimes I always go back to the old one because, man, you know what? I hit the ball pretty good with this one. There will be a great temptation, particularly by the fans, to start screaming for him if things don't go well with Jacoby Brissett. And because he has the pedigree, it's not like he is from a small college and came into the NFL with no fanfare. And what really caught my attention was when Adam Schefter sent out the tweet. The last line of the tweet was, "Those around him say that Josh Rosen is now ready to prove he belongs." And I'm like, Now he's ready? After 4 years in the league and very little play the last 2 years, now he's ready?
After you've been on the scrap heap for a while. First of all, let's be clear. This is not UCLA. Right? This is not UCLA. This is a scenario where the Browns are looking for a third wheel just in case. Right? They're still banking. I got to believe that the Browns are still banking on the fact that Watson's not going to be out long. Right? That's what I truly believe. And if that's the case, then Rosen should not even come into play. But to G's point, if it gets a little choppy, you know what's going to happen
It's
here.
not going to get choppy, Brad. We are going to spank Baker Mayfield's ass in the opening game, and then nothing to worry about.
Our ratings are going to be gorgeous if they take an L, because Bull is going to be here melting all down his seat.
Either way, if Baker's good and they win, then I'm going to, all the Baker bros are going to be fired up. If it's the opposite way, I'm going to be crowing like you've never believed.
I don't want to go down. I don't want to.
Wait, you don't crow.
I don't want to go down there. I don't want to go down. I don't want to go down this like, okay, so I can't believe I'm saying this.
Oh, boy, here we go.
And I'm not trolling. If, say, for instance, you get 2020 Baker.
Yeah.
And you got Jacoby Brissett.
So you're saying the team is carrying him? Is that what you're saying?
No, well, I'm saying at the end of the year.
Baker played well, second half. Yeah,
now, 2020 Baker. I don't think that Jacoby Brissett wants no smoke with that. Like, it's not like he can't. If he got to that level, and I'm trying to figure out if Jacoby Brissett can play up to that level. He's at home.
He's got more pieces around him.
He's at home.
Gee, so you say he don't want any smoke? This smoke-filled room. Like, you better come in here.
You better be ready for smoke.
It's going to be some smoke in Carolina.
It's the NFL, and you're a starting quarterback.
That's like here. Remember when LeBron came back and played his first game in Cleveland after he walked out of here?
Yeah.
And everybody was mad because the Cavaliers' energy did not meet the moment.
Sure.
Yes.
So I'm telling you that anybody with the Browns better be ready to meet the moment. So
Yeah.
you better be ready to meet the
You
moment.
don't think they'll be ready? You don't think they're going to be frothing at the mouth to get
I wish that game was here.
But Bull,
I wish it was here.
I was at that Cavs game. I sat
But
there.
that Cavs team sucked.
No, but see, I don't care if you sucked. I don't care if you sucked, Bull.
You can still rise to the
You're
level
still supposed to be ready
at
to go.
some point.
And here's the difference.
They got a decent little offense.
Wait a second.
Christian
Hold on.
McCaffrey.
Go ahead.
Hold on. The Browns, that Cavs team was a crappy team with nobody I'm sure there was nobody there that was like mad or hated LeBron. Like this Browns team is good, and they're going to want to kick Baker's ass.
Well, here, let me.
They better.
If you're a competitor, don't care if that's my friend.
Yeah.
When you come down, if you came down the lane in that game, you're supposed to get hit. That's the rule.
The Cavs were playing with a bunch of G leaguers.
No, but see, I don't care.
But Jay,
These are the rules here.
I hear you.
And that was Brad's era, too.
I hear you.
There
It
was
should have
much
happened.
more of a sharp edge for a guy in the 80s and 90s than today. Sometimes, these guys sometimes can be a little too friendly.
So I'm hopeful that Myles Garrett and the Browns are ready to go. But to your statement, you better be ready for some smoke, because there's going to be some smoke that day.
I think Nick Chubb's ready for some
You got
smoke.
your little something on this list over here, this piece of paper. You got this itinerary.
Yeah.
And that itinerary says
That's our roadmap.
that's an itinerary that says that the Cleveland Browns ain't ranked in the top 20
of
skill positions.
Yeah.
We'll look at that.
We're going to get to that. And that raised all of our eyebrows. We're like, wait a minute, what? And we'll talk about the criteria and why they're not in the top 20. But I think Carolina was dead last.
ahead of them.
Were they?
Carolina was
ahead
ranked
of
ahead
them.
of them.
What did I see? I saw something. Oh, no.
The Texans were dead
Texans
last.
were dead last.
Panthers were dead last in the list we did yesterday on the 3-year projection.
See why
They
I
were
set
30
you up? I set you up, McNuggets, for your stuff. I set you up. That's a dime.
Hey, before we move on to the head coach rankings, though, Anthony made a cool graphic. I just want to show.
Let's
Let's
see
push
it.
on.
Yeah,
the screen real
this
quick.
is neat.
This is the first 4 picks plus Josh Rosen of the 2018 draft. Not that long ago. I mean, this is still the rookie
Dang,
contract.
Saquon Barkley. I forgot all about
Now
it.
let's cut to the next one. We played a little musical chairs here. And look how the tables have turned.
That is nuts.
That's crazy,
It
right?
really
I
is
mean-
crazy. The Panthers and the Browns have 2 of the top 5 picks.
As much as I've been critical of Baker,
2018.
he's still the second best pick behind Denzel Ward, which was the best pick of the top 5. Barkley's been a disaster since his rookie season.
Well, injury had something to do with that, too.
But he's never going to be the same guy, I don't think.
I don't think he will either.
I don't know.
The rest of the guys are crap.